if I give him the opportunity to fight me, I want to be so compensated. I want to say it, I want that fuck you money, honestly. And that's just what it is. That's just what it is. Or else my life is perfect without him. I don't need him at all, and he needs me. And that's a good place to be in a negotiation.
Does he want to put himself in a position where he's comfortable enough financially to take the risk that he's taking to fight me? And that is where we're at. Like the UFC tell me, they assure me that they are doing everything they can to make this fight. So it's totally, as far as I'm aware, this is now totally down to Jon Jones and his team to work that out, because I'm in, the UFC are in. They assure me that they desperately want to make the fight. Every time I speak to them, they say we are working as hard as we can on the fight, and I'm literally just waiting for a date.
The uncertainty around the Jones-Aspinall fight is growing by the day. Tom is calling out the champ, accusing him of ducking the fight and claiming he'll retire Bones without even fighting. Meanwhile, Jon, despite all the shots fired by the Brit, isn't vacating his belt, keeping hopes alive that the fight might still happen if the numbers make sense. And to top it off, the UFC boss has confirmed this fight is happening.
Would you guarantee 100% we see that fight?
Yeah, I'll say 100%.
We've dropped several videos covering this fight, which you certainly liked, and promised a deep dive as soon as it's officially announced. Well, the time has come. But before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel, unless you want Johnny to keep holding up the division forever. Let's go.
You say that Jon and Tom has the potential to be the biggest heavyweight fight of all time.
It doesn't have the potential to. It's going to be. It's going to be the biggest heavyweight fight ever.
According to the head of the promotion, there is no bigger fight here and now than the confrontation between these two heavyweight mastodons. Also, according to the Bald Boss, Jones is not afraid of Tom at all.
Dislike him, whatever your beef is with Jon Jones, knock yourself out. There is no way in hell that Jon Jones doesn't want to fight Aspinall.
No.
This fight doesn't need any promotion because for almost 2 years now, Tom has been trying to mock Jon off in every way possible, forcing him to accept the fight. You can make a 10-minute cut of Tom's various respectful attacks.
All the stuff that Jon Jones has been saying to the media this week, and I'm sure there's more to come, but check out these.
You're beating guys who aren't even champions, and you consider yourself a champion. He's not a champion.
So Jon said I need to fight more champions, but this is the problem I've got. Jon is the champion, and he won't fight me. And he says that he won't fight me because it's too much of a gamble.
Aspinall to me is no different than an Owen St. Prude or Dominic Reyes or Anthony Smith, be like just another up-and-comer that's exciting right now. And I'm not into gambling my legacy for what's exciting.
And Jon, if you're not into gambling your legacy, that to me sounds like you're scared of losing against me.
Is he fucking awesome?
Well, let's finally move on to the fighters. Starting from the champion, in the red corner, the 37-year-old Jon Jones, Dana White's favorite fighter and the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, according to Dana Bold.
He's the best ever, and he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. And he's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world.
This is #1 bullshit.
True, as soon as Jon refused to immediately accept the fight with the Englishman and asked for a double fee, the bald man's rhetoric, as well as his priorities, changed dramatically.
Jon Jones beat everybody at light heavyweight, then beat the best heavyweight in the division like it was nothing at a higher weight class.
So, I mean,
Jon Jones is absolutely positively the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. Probably the greatest fighter of all time in any sport. For Moicano to step up and accept this fight on short notice, and obviously, you know, for the champ, I told you, I said it publicly. He said, brother, I am the champion. I'm going to bed. Whoever I'm fighting tomorrow, I don't care. I'll wake up and I'll fight anybody. So came out and did what you're supposed to do in that position and actually like a stud.
I've seen a lot of people say that because of that, Islam deserves some maybe pound for pound #1 rankings.
He's already the pound for pound #1 ranking.
But is he yours?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is #1 bullshit.
Along with Poatan, Jones is the oldest champion in the UFC, but unlike Alex, Bones has a million different moves in his arsenal that can disable a fighter for the rest of his life, both standing and on the ground.
I know they changed the gloves just because of Jon Jones. I don't know if you know, they changed the design of the gloves so you can't hold your hand like this no more. The gloves they formed them so they curve so you don't have your hand. So if you fight Jon Jones before they got the gloves, if you doing anything good on him, and he's gonna put his fingers in you, he's gonna poke you in the eye. And then if you advancing on you doing anything good, you get the advantage. You're gonna kick your knee backwards. For one, I think that knee kick, they call it like an oblique kick, whatever. He's kicking you right on your kneecap, kick in the back. I think that should be banned.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
I guess I'll say sayonara.
Jon Jones has already proven his worth in the heavyweight division with 2 finishes. First, demonstrating to Gane a move passed down by his ancestors, and second, ending Biden's reign ahead of schedule.
No question about it.
And his opponent from the blue corner, the 31-year-old stalker in Tom Aspinall, who's been chasing Jon for ages.
If you kick my ass in front of the whole world, I'm happy to put my hand out and go, listen, you're the better man. No problem, you took my dreams away from me, but at least I tried. But this ducking and diving is something that I don't really have respect for.
He's annoying to me. He's annoying to me. And that's my own personal, he annoys me.
He's a big mouth fucking idiot. Jon Jones is the best ever.
What makes Tom different from Bones' other victims? Gane didn't have wrestling, Miocic fought in slow motion, and Jones's previous opponents lacked skill, confidence, and opposition, well, except for Reyes, who actually defeated Jon.
That's fucking illegal.
The interim champ's signature weapon is an incredibly fast 1-2, which he broke down in detail with MVP. It's not just about speed or power, it's about timing and the ability to hide his right brick. Also, don't forget about fundamental grappling skills, youth, and physical strength. Tom Aspinall is definitely Jon's biggest threat right now after drugs.
Yeah. Jon Jones is the best ever.
We have to check that, man.
Watch this hand. He constantly distracts you with the lead hand. So he's keeping you busy with this before he starts to turn and starts to do these kicks. This comes first. Is the front hand look.
Both fighters have fantastically high fighting IQ and are good at taking their victims apart, doing their homework.
I'm not saying that Aspinall cannot beat Jon Jones. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he has no chance of beating Jon Jones. That is absolutely not what we're saying. But whoever thinks for a second that somehow Tom Aspinall possesses skills that Johnny's never seen before, I think those people lack knowledge in terms of Johnny's previous opponents.
Let's start with Jones. And what will his team prepare for the explosive Brit ahead of the Reyes fight? Jones insisted that the only thing the Mexican could offer was a left cross. We all remember how that ended. Now he's talking about Tom's right hand, but with Aspinall, he needs to be wary of everything. Analyzing Tom's fights, it is difficult to find his weaknesses, but there are still some. Firstly, Tom tries to finish the fight as fast as possible. I'm not saying he has cardio issues, because no one has exposed him on that front yet, but Tom relies too much on his blitz, quickly showing all his cards. A smart fighter like Jones can read him, unless he ends up in another dimension after that flashy 1-2.
Yeah.
Let's not forget about Tom's knee, which he had surgery on. Jones is very good at using the oblique kicks, both to the front and back leg, equally well from both stances. Imagine him using another oblique flying kick. He introduced the world against Smith.
Is he fucking awesome?
And the biggest weaknesses of Tom, which Jones's team will try to use, are his lack of cage time, the level of opposition he's faced, and of course, the insane pressure. You saw how easily Jones broke Gane mentally in the build-up to their fight. Now imagine Aspinall becoming a global meme after this fight if he brutally loses. This is where Jon's team will be pushing. The first thing Jon needs to think about inside the octagon is Tom's 1-2 and his speed, which will become less dangerous with every passing minute. Bones needs to tie the Brit up in the clinch immediately and make him carry a 120-kilo bear on him. Work against the fence, use the Usman style, and make this fight dirty. While Aspinall needs just one connection he will be focused on. This could also become a problem for Tom. When talking about Aspinall's game plan, I see his confidence in his power, which could easily backfire on him. Many have noticed that Jones has started to slow down. His stand-up defense is not perfect, as is his footwork, which has certainly not improved over the years. Sometimes Jon simply runs away from punches. It's also unlikely that he faced a striker with such power before. But what if Jones takes Tom down right away and lands a few 12-6 elbows? What if he doesn't give Tom the time to land that punch? Does the Brit have a plan B? And how good is he working off his back? Let's break it down. I have said many times before that it is important for me to evaluate the fighter's form, as well as the time when they will fight. Because Jones will soon be 38, we'll most likely witness this fight either this summer or November at MSG. There's no chance they'll fight in 2026.
Yeah.
I like this fight because Jones is saying that he doesn't like Tom.
I have nothing personal against Tom.
12 seconds later.
If I'm being completely honest, I feel like Tom's been such an asshole that I don't want to do business with him.
Cocaine isn't cheap.
No matter how much he gets paid, he's going to go in there and fight. Jones is going to bite Tom, poke him in the eyes, destroy his knees, kick him in the balls, but he ain't losing. I'll explain. Jon Jones trains with the toughest grapplers and wrestlers in the world. Dana brought back his favorite elbows, as well as old gloves. All Jon needs to do is survive the first 2.5 minutes of the fight and not let Tom land a clean shot. We didn't see Tom bloody, cut, and beaten up. We just saw him flatlining everyone, but we already saw him losing, and not even once in his career. That's the main difference between them. Do I agree that Jon is avoiding this fight? Yes. Do I agree that he doesn't want to risk his legacy fighting Tom? Yes. But do I agree that Jones is afraid of Tom because of his skills or power? No way.
Why not? Because
he just understands that this fight might be his last, and he wants to take the biggest possible check for the biggest possible threat.
Good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Being out of shape after a 3-year layoff, Jones perfectly saw Gane's left straight, took him down, and finished him in 45 seconds. In the fight with Stipe, he was lighter, but took much more damage, not because he got worse in 1.5 years, but because he allowed Stipe to work, knowing that the fighter in front of him was no longer the same. He won't give those opportunities to Tom, and I expect a TKO or submission W from Bones inside the first 3 rounds if this fight happens in 2025. This fight has the potential to take everything from both athletes, as everything is on the line. One could become become a meme for the rest of his days, while the other might lose his aura and legacy. Will Jon show that true greatness fades in comparison to his own, riding off into the sunset with grace? Or will we witness the rise of a new king? We'll find out very soon.